Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this next installment of the Northwest Chamber of Commerce Member Interview Studio Sessions. My name is Emily Winters. I'm the Executive Director here at the Chamber, and joining me today is Shane McGehee of BB&T, now Truist, at the Reisterstown branch. Welcome, Shane.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's nice to see you as well.
So Shane has actually just joined, well, not just joined, but recently has joined the Reisterstown branch at BB&T, now Truist. He will be a great asset to the community. So if anyone is interested in banking or anything like that, he's a great guy to know, and I'll let him explain what he does at the bank.
Yeah, thank you. So I am the new branch manager here in the Reisterstown location, like you mentioned. So here I specialize in small business banking and also retail lending. But day to day, I'm meeting with our local business owners, learning about how they do their banking, what their cash flow looks like, and just trying to figure out different ways that I can be a good point of contact and a good resource to them to really better their business and better the community that they're part of. So that's what I'm really looking to do day to day and what I have going on. So meeting with our different business owners, and I'm looking forward to meeting some more business owners here in the area. So been here since January, and I know COVID has things a little tight knit and going out, but really looking forward to meeting some more people and expanding my network.
Well, we look forward to it and seeing you around the community as well. But today we're here to learn a little bit more about you and your background. So now that you're in the hot seat, we will get started.
All right.
So the big question, first question is, what is it that got you into the world of finance?
Yeah. So back when I was in high school, I was a senior and I took my first economics class. And that was probably the first class that I really took. I really enjoyed. And, it was just something so very different because it was the first one in high school that I took. And my teacher was really engaging and just made class really fun. And we did this like stock market simulation game. And I did pretty well in it. And so from that got me really piqued and interested. And so I studied finance at Towson University then after that. And from there, I realized that that's probably where I can make the biggest impact in other people's lives and really do the most good. So that's kind of what got me started and going. And besides that, so my mom was in banking when I was growing up. So I kind of grew up, in that environment and around it. So I think it was kind of instilled in me at a young age. So
yeah,
I think that's what really got me going.
And I think it is, just what you're speaking on with small businesses and stuff, I think we're coming out of a year where we realize how crucial it is for small businesses to have banks that they trust and someone to rely on and help navigate them through things like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what, we're here to be, that point of contact and that resource. And, we can be there to help through any questions or anything that, each small business or individual is going through, just to kind of sit there and give them some financial advice.
Okay. And going off of that, what is it that you love most about your field?
Yeah. So I really love that each and every day I get to wake up and I have the opportunity to make such a large impact either in a person's life or with a business, to really help them with what is probably their leading stressor in life, being their finances. So, every day, if I can make that impactful difference in their life and do something good and change someone's life for the better, that really keeps me motivated and keeps me come to work every day. And then specifically with our small businesses. So if I can help a small business take on an extra job or, lower their expenses, they might be able to hire another employee that's creating jobs in our community. And then that's extra funds that are going to our community. And it's just kind of a trickle down effect. So I think that's really powerful. And, that's what brings me in every day and with a smile on my face.
I love that. Now, has there been a favorite moment like that you've experienced during your career?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was really early on in my career, probably like my first or second year. I like to call it my aha moment where I really feel justified in my career choice. So I was working with a couple. So they were having some issues. Their son was about to have his car repossessed. And so they came to me trying to look for some help if there was anything that they could do because they also co-signed for them. So, we were going over things together, and we were trying to get the loan refinanced and see what we could do to help him out. And unfortunately, it started with a decline. We weren't able to get anything done. But this couple, I could see how stressed they were and how much pain that this was bringing them. So I tried to do everything in my power. I worked with the underwriters. I did some extra digging. We were actually able to find a creative way where we were able to get that old loan paid off. We kept the car from getting repossessed, and they were so happy. And when they were leaving, the wife, she grabbed my hand and just said, I'm so thankful that we found you. And she was crying, and I'm getting emotional talking about it, because I mean, that really did it for me, where I saw that I could make such a huge difference to someone, and get them to the point where they're so happy they're now in tears. So that really did it for me, and made me feel good about my career choice, and made me want to come in, because now every day I have the chance to do that for someone.
Yeah.
So that one will always stay with me.
That's great. That's really inspiring too. I mean, people don't realize how much help you can get when you seek for it, and to have a resource like yourself, I mean, that's life-changing.
Yeah, thank you. It was a good one for sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess on a lighter note, is there a funny or interesting experience that you've had over the years?
So on that one, I'll just say that every day is interesting. Every day is different, which is also something that I love most about my job. There are no 2 days that are alike. And every day brings something new, where you never thought you would see something like that. So, nothing too specific, but just every day is interesting, and it keeps you on your toes, that's for sure.
I'm sure. Now, how about any words or phrases that you might live by, either in your work life or your home life, or just your daily life?
Yeah, absolutely. So this one I thought was pretty funny. So I had a word in my head that I was kind of joking around that I was going to use. And I went out to my team in one of our debriefs, and I kind of brought up the questions. I was like, what is a word that you say would be my favorite word? And without hesitation, they all said the word that I was jokingly going to go with. So I feel obligated, like that has to be my favorite word. It's more like 2 words, and it's Whoo-Yeah. So that one is one that gets said around the branch multiple times every day. So anytime that we're in a daily debrief, or we're celebrating how we were able to really help a client out, I'll just like yell as loud as I can, "Woo-yeah!" and like just try to really get the energy going, and bring some smiles and some laughs. And so anytime something good happens, or we make a big impact on someone, yell that out just to keep the energy high, keep smiles on people's faces, and hopefully that makes everyone excited to go to that next client and try to really make a difference in their life too. So Woo-yeah, with a lot of enthusiasm, and a fist pump is definitely my favorite word.
It's funny how a phrase like that can turn into like amusement and motivation and everything that just gets the energy there.
Yeah. So like I said, every day is interesting. I try to keep it that way, and try to keep morale high, energy high, and that way we can do the most for our clients.
That's good. I love that. That's a great answer. Haven't had that as a favorite word yet, so you are the first.
I doubt you ever will. So that was but hey, what are you gonna do?
Good. Now how about a sound or a noise? I mean, is there anything you like to work to or relax to or anything like that?
Yeah, so this one I also had the team's help. Tried to see what they thought my answer would be. And I can't say I can argue with their answer. So they said coffee being brewed. So the sound of coffee being brewed, because that's going on all day, because I'm always drinking coffee all the time, and I'm always brewing it. So I can't argue with them there, because that sound is going on all the time, and makes me happy when I hear it. So.
And that's a good one. That's work, that's home, that's all the time. That's right, a good one.
Exactly. Yeah. So
So
couldn't do it without my coffee.
I'm the same way. I'm trying to wean off more, but I just got to have it. And the smell, it just makes it that much better.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. It's always going.
Yeah, true. Now, I guess about your professional life, is there a profession that you would have liked to attempt at some point, or would still like to attempt?
Yeah, I mean, I think I love what I'm doing now, and probably will never change that. But I think I would love to try like sports announcing or broadcasting. So I love sports. I feel like I'm a pretty animated type of person, and like to keep the energy high, like laughing at myself. And I feel like I could talk about sports all day. So I love my Ravens, I love my Orioles, and I feel like that's something that I could do all day long. If I'd be any good at it, I have no idea. But in my head, I'd be pretty good at it.
That's a good one. And you could use your phrase too on the air.
Yeah, I mean, I think Whoo-Yeah would
Yeah.
transition really nicely into sports broadcasting.
It
So
does.
that might have to be my signature.
And I guess the most important question of the interview is always the last one, and it is, what is the one business lesson that you wish you would have known prior to starting your career?
Yeah, no. So I think that's a great question, and now you got me nervous. But no, one thing that I definitely do a lot now and wish in the very beginning of my career that I would have done was not try to do everything myself and to know everything. So I can't stress enough how amazing my team is, and getting the right people around you. So that way, whatever I'm weak at, they're strong at, and we can rely on each other. I think starting in my career, being young and wanting to get after it, I tried to do as much as I could on my own. Didn't like delegating things out or asking for help, but gosh, if I could go back now, I wish I would have started that from the beginning. So, I'm nothing without my team, and I wish I would have just known that from the beginning. So can rely on them and help out there. So that would be my biggest thing. I also wish, I think I had something else. Oh yeah. So the other thing too is just really, if there's anything that makes you uncomfortable, I wish I just would have known from the beginning and had the thought process of the only way to not be uncomfortable is just to do it. So get in, get your hands dirty, do what you got to do, but it'll always be uncomfortable if you never do it. So just rip that Band-Aid off, and it becomes comfortable. So those are two things that I wish from the beginning of my career I really started with.
They're important lessons and they're hard lessons to learn, but once you do, I mean, it's just gratifying.
Yeah. So absolutely.
That's good. Well, thank you, Shane. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was great to get to know you a little better.
Yeah.
We hope to see you around the chamber and the community, and make sure everyone you stop by and say hello to Shane at the BB&T, now Truist, in Reisterstown.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the time, and I'm looking forward to getting to meet everyone.
Thank you. Well, we'll hopefully see you soon, and we appreciate you doing this today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.